Hello, Fatima. How you doing? Good morning. Let me make sure my volume is up. Wait a second. There. My volume's up there. How's everybody doing? Having a good morning? A decent morning? Welcome! Welcome, everybody. Hello. I'm great. Just getting ready for my day. That's all I'm doing. Getting ready for my day. And I'm going to introduce people to my little thing I'm doing. If I had my own planet. Hello, Lucinda. How you doing? If I had my own planet, I would call it Planet XI Luv. So I'm writing it. I'm writing something for my Substack. Thank you, Fatima. I'm writing something for my Substack. So explaining my planet, that if I had my own planet, what it would be like, what you would see there, what you would have there. If I could have my own planet, this is how it would be. So if you want to read that and be a part of that whole thing, you can go to my Substack at Livia Legend and join, so you can be on the ride to my planet. We never know where this may go. This may go into a book. This may go somewhere. If you want to be part of the adventure, then you gotta join Substack. But anyway, thank you, Fatima. Thank you so much. I try to keep things together. Right now, I need to put on sunscreen, or whatever you want to call it. Sunscreen. And because the sunscreen leaves a cast, I mix it, a little bit of foundation, a little bit of sunscreen, and I just rub it on. And that's it. And then it dries up. And that's it. That's what I'm doing right now. Then, I forgot my towelette. Should I wear blue? Thank you so much. I'm thinking, should I do blue? I don't know. Maybe blue. Maybe. I might do a little blue today. Just a little bit. Not too much. Not too much. Just a little bit. Where is my mirror? Yeah, so I got a lot of stuff planned. My book. So that's why it pays to subscribe to the channel so you know what's going on. So you know what I'm doing. Okay? I'm writing books. I'm doing all this well, one thing I'm about to do is create my own oh no, I don't let people make me sad. I'm going to create my own coin eventually. That's one of my goals. A women empowered source of money. Okay? Because right now the women are being attacked out here. Okay? So, you know, I am going to create my own source of money. I planned out some of the details. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it yet, but it's coming. I don't know if it's coming in a year, 2 years, 3 years, I don't know. But that's what I'm going to do. So, thank you. Thank you for teaming. Hey, LMG. So, that's what I want to do. I have business ideas, and I want to get all my business ideas out and going. And one of those is the making my own coin. Not of me, but a coin, kind of like a Bitcoin, but for women. But for women, women in business and women consumers. That's what I want to create. So, not that nobody else can use it. It's not that nobody else can use the coin, but it basically benefits women more. That's all I'm saying. Anybody can use it, but benefits women more. And as I keep planning and drafting and doing all this stuff, I will reveal more and more and more details about it. Okay, because I really think at this point, women losing their jobs and all that kind of stuff. Women are very smart, and most of us have empathy and want good out in the world. We want peace out in the world. We want to stand on our own, and sometimes you got to break away from the system to do that. And so, since I see it as a need, especially at this time, to break away and develop your own, I think that's the way to go. So that's what I am doing. I need to get this off my hands. Where is my pencil? Maybe I don't have it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna end up needing, I think I'm going to have a meeting or something. Because I need at least 10 investors. I need at least 10 investors to get it going. You know, I have the ideas. I have the plan. I just need investors to kick it off. So that's what I'm planning on doing. That's what I want to do. I want to improve women's quality of life. You know, before I'm gone, before I'm off this planet and can't do nothing for nobody, I at least want to do that. I want to help people in general. In general, I want to help all people, but I want to elevate women into the position that they should be in. Okay, that higher position, and not being scared that you're gonna lose your job, not being scared that somebody can take things away from you that you work hard for. You know, not being able to finish college. There are women right now who are in limbo because they pulled all the funding, and so now these women can't even finish school. The women can't finish school. Why is that? So now we are at a point where we have to start thinking outside the box. Really thinking outside the box and just gather our resources, focus on the things that we love, women love, to maintain their bodies, their skincare, their hair. They love beautiful decor, homes, cars. You know, it's very all the things that women like and buy from each other. We buy a lot of stuff from each other. Okay, we buy a lot of stuff from each other on a daily basis. So it makes sense to develop some type of woman empowered economy type system. It makes so much sense. Now, why somebody has not done that before, I don't know. I don't know why it hasn't been done before, but it has to be done because this is getting ridiculous. This is getting crazy. We are at a point where something has to change dramatically. I know right now everybody trying to pull together, trying to blame. I know right now there's people pointing fingers, blaming this side, blaming that side, and all this kind of stuff. But you know who's about to bring us all together? This man. This one man that's trying to rip everything apart is going to be the main reason that people start uniting. It's about to be united like you ain't never seen before. The more he pulls away resources and causes more craziness and puts pressure on everybody, it's going to backfire. The one thing that we need is people to unite. That's the one thing. And it's going to happen. It's about to happen. You're already seeing it online. Even though these people right now, they are in denial. They don't want to admit that they're about to be affected by all the stuff. Hey, whoa, how you doing? Whoa, you ain't sent me your address. You gotta send me your address so I can send you the stuff. You gotta send something. I'm not gonna do nothing with your address. I'm just sending you the stuff. Find a way for me to send it to you. Something that you feel comfortable with sharing. You could just send it to my email. I know it's a scary world out here. You can't trust nobody, but I promise you this. I ain't doing nothing with no my address. I'm just sending you your prize. That's it. Don't mind the makeup. I got makeup on my hands. Don't mind that. But That's all I want to do. I want to send the prize so you can come on here and be like, yep, I got it, guys. I got my little prize box. Ooh. So, doing that. But, that's what needs to happen. We all need to, at this time, come together. Come together. You got to take your, you got to take the past out of your mind. You got to take the past out of your mind. Hello, Crisco. You got to take the past out of your mind. You got to stop concentrating on hate and division and nastiness. We all have to learn how to elevate and just be better people for the greater good, if anything. Everybody should want peace. When you come home from work, do you want to be in a constant drama-filled, chaotic situation every day? No. When you get off work, you want peace. You don't want war. You don't want somebody yelling and screaming in your face, unless you're into that. You know, you might be into some BDSM. I don't know. But for the rest of us, we don't want toxic. We don't want chaos and craziness. You know, there's some people out there that don't like educated people. For some reason, there's some people out there that don't like people that go to school. They don't like you having education. And I don't know if they grew up and had that scenario where, you know, everybody's uneducated, and then that one kid leaves the small town, go get educated and never come back. That scenario. Or somebody thinking they're better than you because they went to college and all that. And that kind of thing right there, I put that on you. If you sitting there feeling like you're not as smart as the next person just because they went to college, that's something you gotta deal with on your inside. That's something you gotta deal with. They were told, like everybody else, if you get an education, get a good job, you have a better life. And for the most part, for all these years I've been around, it has been true. Get an education, you have a better life. For the people who did not go to college, they went to trade school and they built a better life. They became a plumber, electrician, something, mechanic, somebody. And some of them went bigger and higher than others. Some of them did not remain a plumber their whole life. They became a business. They turned their trade into a business. Okay, there's some people who went above and beyond. Hello, Sadini. How are you? I'm great. So there are some people who, you know, got a regular job and became a businessman, a businesswoman, whatever. So what I am saying here is that you can't hate on the people who got trades. Thank you. You can't hate on the people who went to college because they were told to go to school to have a better life. You can't hate on those people. You cannot hate on those people. If you grew up poor, no money, okay, just no money at all, just no money. Even though you had that challenge, even though you had that challenge. Hey, Cherie, how you doing? Even though you had that challenge in life, not growing up with a lot of stuff, and your parents, they were uneducated, your parents didn't have this and that. When you are at school, your school, the elementary, middle school, high school, that is your pathway to freedom or stability. Okay, that's your pathway to stability. So when you are in school and you have seen your parents struggle their whole life, you have seen them, you've been eating sugar sandwiches, you've been sitting around, you've been eating spaghetti with no meat in it, that kind of stuff. I don't know why this person's spamming. I don't know. Removed. So, if you grew up like that, when you in school, you have an opportunity. Why won't he go away? Wait a second. I did. There we go. So, when you are in school, that is your time. That is your time. When you're in high school, that's your time to reflect and ask yourself, do you want to continue down the same path as your parents? Or you want to try a little bit harder so that you are not in that position? And break that curse that's on the family. Your mom and them didn't want to be educated, so they didn't want to educate you. They don't care about you going to school, education, none of that stuff. It's up to you to care. Sometimes, like Gen X, like us Gen X people, we had to be independent and think for ourselves because sometimes your family, our families were too busy. A lot of them worked 2 or 3 jobs and stuff like that, so they were busy. So most of us grew up independent. You come home by yourself after school, you cook for yourself, the whole nine. And then at this time, in 2025, you have to kind of have that same mindset. Even though it's harder, you still got to have that kind of mindset that you need to do it on your own. So, thank you, Cherie. Thank you for coming. So, you have to have that mindset on your own to move yourself forward, regardless of what your parents have went through and what they doing with their life and what they didn't do, what they should have done, what they could have, would have, should have. And you can't worry about that. You have to worry about your dreams, your future, what the hell you want to do with yourself. You can't worry about that. So when you in that classroom and you in that classroom with that teacher, you need to connect. You need to lock in like you ain't never locked in before. Why? Because you want to rise above what the hell you have been through. You know what I mean? Sleeping with no lights on because your mom and them didn't pay the bill, or not having that much food in the house and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So you have to really just sit there and ask yourself, do I want to continue what my mama and them have been doing all this time and just be poor for no reason? Or do I want to lock it in? And at that time, you have to say to yourself, I got to lock in. I really got to nail this down, even if it's hard for you. Sometimes learning can be difficult, But you know what? The school does have resources for you to learn better, but you have to be the one sometimes to advocate for yourself. You have to go in and you have to tell the teacher, hey, I don't understand what you just talked about. I don't understand. You're going to have to break it down for me. You're going to have to tell me a different way. I don't understand. I want to learn, but I just can't. You go to the guidance counselor. You go to anybody that will listen to you and tell them that, hey, I can't do this. And I want to get better. I want to improve. What can I do to improve? You have to be your own, your own superhero. Save yourself. And pull yourself away from the craziness. Sometimes parents, they don't know what to do with you. They just had you. They just had a kid and said to themselves, I don't know what the hell to do with you. But, you hear, and all they see you as an assistant. Help me with your brother. Help me with your sister. Cook the dinner, because I don't feel like cooking. Pass me the drink. Go turn on the TV. Mow the grass. Take out the trash. Wash the dishes. That's all they see you as an assistant up in their house. And if you want to be more than just an assistant, you have to think beyond them. You have to go into your own world. Lock in. Create your own world and make it real as time goes on. I mean, it's true. They see you as an assistant. My mama did. Every time I turn around, she was like, she would call me all the way from downstairs. We lived on a military base. My room is downstairs, all the way to the other end of the hallway. She would yell for me from the top of the stairs in her room, in the bed. Come up here! Like it's an emergency. I run up there to see what's going on. Mama, what you need? Get up there. Turn the channel to channel 13. I be confused. What? You interrupted my Dr. Dre music session for me to come all the way up here to turn the TV on? I thought it was crazy. So every time, not take the socks off. My grandpa used to do that. Be like, take the socks off. I used to be like, what's going on? Y'all can't do stuff for y'all. So every chance my mama would hide her papaya juice, that Mr. Pure papaya juice. I love that juice. But she would only buy it for herself. She wouldn't buy it for us. She buy it like a treat to herself. That papaya juice. So every time she hit it, I found that bitch. I found it and I drank it. I drank it with pride. Cause I'm like, damn, I worked so hard running up and down the stairs trying to turn your TV on and off. All right? I'm following all the rules. Taking out the trash, doing all this work around here. And then I got to deal with you cutting in on my phone line. I be talking to a boy on the phone. Yeah, you cute or whatever and all that, talking on the phone. And all of a sudden, she cut in on the line. Hey, go to bed. It's like, how the hell you get on my private phone line? You brought me a private phone line, but you could actually jump in on the line and cut me off? I felt like I was a hostage, okay? So, all I'm saying is, if you want to stop being the assistant in your family's life, you gotta lock in and think how to get out of it. And the pathway is school. The pathway is education. You don't even know how you're gonna pay for it. It don't even matter at that point. You need to lock in and read books, even if you can't go to college. Your pathway is school, the library. Just sitting at the library and just soaking it in, reading about the things you want to do. That helps you tremendously. Than not doing anything. You know, some people think, well, I don't have the money for college, so, you know, I'm not going to learn anything. I'm just going to not know nothing. No. Take your butt to the library. You sit there and you lock in on the thing you want to do. You read about it. You take notes. You become your own philosopher almost. You don't let your family dictate who you're going to be. And that's what the problem is with a lot of these people who hate educated people, who hate people who got businesses and all this kind of stuff. It's because they refuse to lock in to get to the place they want to be. Instead of doing that, they want to blame everybody else for why they don't have X, Y, and Z. Right, woo-woo? You can't blame everybody else because of what you don't have. You can't blame everybody else for all that stuff. You can't look at this particular group of people and say, because of them, I ain't got no job. Because of them, I can't afford no eggs and all this kind. You can't do that. You had a choice. Like everybody has to go to school in America. That is not an option to opt out. You have to go to school, or you get that knock at the door. Majority of everybody has to go to school. Now, if your parents put you in a homeless situation where you don't have a home and all that, that's different. But for most of everybody, you have to go to school. It's not even an option. Or your mama get that knock at their door, because those states, each state gets money for every kid in that seat at school. They get money. So they gonna come knocking. How come Timmy ain't in here? What's going on? You know. But what happened? Why isn't he in that school seat? You know, it becomes an issue. So everybody, most of America has that obligation, has that thing to go to school. It's about what you do with the tools that are given to you. Do you waste the teacher's time? Do you waste your time? Are you wasting your time? Because if you're wasting your time, ain't no use in going. If you're going to act a fool and play around, there's no reason to show up. If you're not going to lock in, you have to lock in. If you're not going to lock in, ain't no use in showing up. You're wasting everybody's time. You trying to get away from what your mom and them had, you have to lock in to be better. So you can think for yourself. So you can have the family that you actually want. Your mama was not loving, not nice to you, talked down to you, told you ain't gonna be shit. And that's because in her life, she wasn't nothing. So she gonna tell you ain't gonna be nothing either. the abuse, the verbal, the physical, all of that. All of that meanness and evilness in the end. All that meanness and evilness that your mama and them put down on you, and all the stuff you seen your father do to her, the whole craziness, all of that. You have to think to yourself, I want better than that. I don't want to live in fight or flight mode for the rest of my life. I don't want to live walking down the street having to watch my back because I had to join. I wanted family, so I looked to these other people to be my family, and really, it's just a gang or something like that to fulfill that spot. But really, they don't like me either. You have to want better than what your mom and them put in front of you. Welcome from Detroit, T Smoke. You have to want. Thank you. You have to want better. You absolutely have to if you want to advance forward in life. You can't blame everybody else for whatever failure or whatever. You have to look at yourself. You have to lock in, and you have to not work. You have to just want better. You just have to want better to get the things that you want. You want a family that's full of love and happiness? You can build that. You can have that. You can have a loving, beautiful family. You can build it yourself by being a good person, by being educated about something you're passionate about. No, I'm not married. Being educated, now you can build the family that you've always wanted. You can get the hugs and the love that you always wanted. You can have those days where you gather all the kids up, your wife, your husband, whoever, and y'all take a family trip. The most American thing to do, their road trip. And sometimes it has challenges, and sometimes it has good moments and all that. And then a couple years from now, you tell everybody, oh yeah, we went to Disneyland. We drove down there. Oh man, it was crazy. Timmy had to pee all the time. I had to stop 3 times, to get the kids in order and all that, and blah, blah, blah. You create these good memories, all this kind of stuff. So if you want that loving family where you sitting up at night and your daughter comes to you and say, Daddy, can you read me a story? And you say, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. And you read stories at night. You wake up in the morning, feeling good. You fix the kids' breakfast before they go to school. If you want that life, you have to create it. You have to be that person. You have to become a good person, educated, smart, educated, intelligent, emotionally intelligent person. We have a lot of people out here who are just very sad and depressed. The people that y'all see that troll, the spammers, the trolls, the bullies, and all this kind of stuff, those people are dealing with a lot of hurt. They're dealing with a lot of hurt and pain. And they don't know how to manage it. They don't know how to deal with it. So the way they deal with it is that they come online and they spew nastiness because they've been taught that. They mama and them used to rip them apart about what they look like, about who they with. You know, they used to just put terror in their life every single day. And so now that we have this online thing, and they can they can go out here and just express themselves, you know, with hate and stuff. That expression they need it because of what they've been through. They've been through hell. Your mama never liked you. Your daddy treated you like trash, ignored you, the whole nine. These people go to therapy and the therapist still ain't even helped them at all. You've been sitting in that chair for years talking to the woman or man about your problems, your past, your childhood, and all that, and you still is not. It's still not fixed. It's not fixed because the therapist is just there to listen. You have to work on yourself. You have to work on your own issues about your ideas of people and all this kind of stuff. You have to dig down deep and say, you know what? Why do I hate everybody? Yes, I have tea smoke. Why do I hate everybody? Why am I why do I wake up with anger in my heart every single day? Why am I like this? Why am I like this online? And I put on a fake face at work. And if you're one of those people that gotta play two people all the time, you gotta pretend to be nice. You gotta pretend you care, and you don't. If you one of those people, God help you. Because you got a demon inside your body. If you gotta play pretend every single day just to feel something, you gotta fix that. If you a keyboard thug after 5 o'clock, just a keyboard thug, just a cell phone maniac after 5 o'clock, you need to fix that. Either it's in your food and it's elevating it, or you really got some demons that you need to figure out, you know, what is the core issue here. Why am I so angry? Why I hate everybody? Why I hate all celebrities? Why I want to be alone all the time? Why am I crying? I ain't got nothing to cry about. Why am I upset? Why does everything make me upset? Why is it when I go to somewhere to eat, I'm mad? You know, I'm in the stores. I hate people. I don't want to be around. I'm tired all the time. Why isn't this medication working? A lot of them are on medication, and the medicine ain't working. They've been trying to get it to work. They've been going to the psychiatrist, the psych doctor, trying to get changes in medication all the time. Going to Miss Barbara. Miss Barbara, the medicine you put me on is still not. It's not working. It's not working? No. Can you up the dosage? They done up the dosage about 5 times, ma'am. It's not working. They done switch your prescription over and over. The pharmacy know you by name. Oh, Jenny. Yeah, we got your prescription right here. You trying something new? I mean, you might as well. I mean, the pharmacist might pull you to the side and say, well, you might as well just try crack or something, or heroin. I don't know. Because you done tried everything in this damn building. I don't put so many labels on your stuff. Every week is something different. And when you get to that point where none of the medicine is working, And you've been switched around. Swiper, no swiper. You at that point, you got to dig deep. Now it's time to turn inward. Now it's time to meditate. Take a vacation. Go somewhere different. Sometimes it's your environment. Sometimes people force themselves and stay in areas where they've been traumatized. If your mama traumatized you in San Diego, and that's all you know is San Diego, she used to humiliate you at the store and stuff like that. You know, you've been her little assistant your whole life almost. She been talking down to you all the time in San Diego. It's time to move. You can't stay there as an adult. Why? Because too many memories. It's too much nastiness and meanness associated with San Diego. You may have to move. You can't heal in a place that hurt you. Well, that's my hometown. I don't give a damn. I don't care if that's your hometown or not. What I do in Indiana for fun, all we got is church. I don't go to church, but that's all we got is church. Top golf, bowling, Indy 500. That's it. Farmers market, pork festivals, the state fair. That's all we got, and some other little festivals here and there. That's it. Ain't nothing to do for fun. We not about fun here. We about quiet. It's quiet for the most part in Indiana. Compared to other states, if you come here, you don't hear anything. It's very quiet for the most part. Now, granted, I live in an area that it's always an ambulance. Somebody always hurting themselves. But for the most part, when you drive around Indiana, it's quiet. There's church everywhere. The church on every corner like a McDonald's to make sure you know that God is watching you everywhere. So you could be riding around about to break into somebody's house and stuff, but you may hesitate. You may think twice because you just passed 3 churches on the way to the robbery. Your friend in the other seat talking about, yeah, we gonna get them. We gonna get this money and all this. Da, 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 da. And then you pass a church. Oh, that's a nice church. Yeah. You look at your friend. Hey, beat it. You look at your friend. You like, yeah, that is a nice church, ain't it? Yeah. I mean, look at the stained glass on the outside. Then you continue on your way to the robbery. You getting the guns loaded and all that. You trying to put your mask on and all that. And driving down the street and you pass another church. You're like, oh, that church is bigger than the last one. You see that church? Yeah. Yeah, hold up. Pull over for a second. Let's stand out here and look at that thing. That's a big church. Y'all get back in the car. You know, you pull your ski mask down. You put the place you about to rob, you put it in the Google Maps. Hey Aisha, how you doing? You put it in Google Maps, like, yeah, that's the address. Yeah, okay, yeah. All right, so y'all continue. Y'all continue your journey, and you pass one of the biggest churches you ever see. Now that's a big church. Look at that, huge. By the time you get to the 3rd church, you like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't do this today. You know, maybe we shouldn't do this today. I mean, we done got 3 signs from God before we got there. So all these churches is really like a security in Indiana. Thank you, Aisha. All these churches is like security. It stops all kind of stuff all the time. You know, people think twice when they see that God is watching them all the time. Hello, first class, welcome. When they see that God is watching them all the time, they stop. They stop their foolishness. They like, you know what? It ain't worth it to go to jail today. So let me go on. So the churches in Indiana protect people, even though it's crazy to have this many churches in one area. Like where I live at, there's like I can go down the street and I guarantee you I'm gonna pass at least 7 churches. Okay. Only bum still. I mean, I'm in Indiana first class. I mean, people steal because they feel like they have to. They don't see a way out of their situation. They come out of jail, they don't see a way out. They like, they let them out the prison, out the jail and stuff like that, and they think to themselves, what am I gonna do? I'm a felon. Ain't nobody gonna hire me. What am I gonna do out here? And there's no real solution for that. So, unless you get the opportunity to go into a trade, but even that costs money to get into that. Not the corner store, liquor store. See, the liquor store being as close to the church as it is all the time is trying to give you a choice. You want to ride with the devil or you want to ride with God? You want to go over here and get this pint of liquor, this pint of Henny, or do you want to follow Jesus? You have a choice. People steal because they feel like they have to survive. And part of it is the system that we are in, the system that has been created has allowed this to go on for so long, and the craziness. Because if you put businesses in those neighborhoods so that people can have just the basics, they won't steal. But for some reason, those opportunities are not in those areas. And then the accessibility to get to those jobs that are far away, that it's a transportation issue. It's a not having those opportunities available in certain areas. You work 3 jobs. There are some people right now who want to get out of their situation, but it's hard if you don't have a car. I think so too. It's hard if you ain't got transportation to get to the job, especially the good paying jobs like a warehouse or something like that. Most of the time, those are far away from neighborhoods and stuff like that. So it's hard to get to those jobs. We have a plant here in Indiana, a Honda plant. I think it's Honda plant, and they pay good money, but it's very far away. It's a drive. It's a good drive to get there. It's very far. So the average person in the hood, and they ain't got no transportation, how they gonna get there? Even if they was offered the opportunity, how would they get to their job? It'd be difficult to get there. A lot of people, driver's license is suspended. I mean, it's a lot of layers of mistakes and stuff you should have did and you didn't do and all this kind of stuff. So a lot of the stuff that people go through is just bad decisions. And some decisions you can undo and fix, but some of them you can't. Yeah, that man is going to make things worse for the main people who wanted him in there. Yeah, he's gonna make things worse. You thought it was worse before. It's gonna be worse now. Unless people, you can't walk, you cannot walk to a Honda plant that's almost 2 hours away to work 14 hours. That's not happening. That don't even make sense. You can nobody can work like that. Walk 2 hours? Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know. I mean, people do stuff, but not that. That's too much. That's too much on somebody. And then sometimes you won't help. You won't help out of your situation, but because of your past and all the things you've done, you can't get the help. You want better, but can't get the help to get to where you need to be. Some people right now, he does. Some people right now, there's only one thing that's keeping them from being successful. Well, it might be just transportation. No transportation. If there's somebody right now, all they need is a computer. It's not about transportation. It's not about anything else. They just need a computer. Somebody right now, all they need is a place to live. That would solve all their problems. If they just, or solve most of them, if they just had a place to live. Somebody right now, all they need is some pen and paper. And they ain't got it. And that would solve their problem. But sometimes the people that have it, when they ask for the help, they won't help them. Because there's a trust issue there. Well, I don't know what you're going to do with that piece of paper and pen, so why I'm going to give it to you? I don't know what you're going to do with it. I don't know what you're going to do with, if I give you something, I don't know what you're going to do with it. So since I don't know what you're going to do with it, I'm not giving it. So some people rather just live on the street and not have nothing because they know if they ask, they're going to get turned down or rejected. So somebody right now, all they need is one thing, and they can't get to it. They can't get it. But anyway, enough chit chat. I gotta go to this job. I gotta work. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I will be on here tomorrow. Same time, same place. Can I do a live tonight? What time? Because sometimes when I come on here, ain't nobody here. So I don't want to come on here and nobody's here. Thank you, T-Smoke. I think. I don't know what that means, but thank you. You have to tell me a time, because when I come on here, ain't nobody on here. And I don't want to be on here and ain't nobody on here. That's crazy. So you had to tell me some type of time. This lipstick is broke. 10 or 11? Okay. I can do that. I can do 10. I can do 10. Now you better be here. Don't make me come on here and ain't nobody here. I'll be hot like fish grease. Nah, I know people got stuff to do, so don't. It'll be fine. If you get something to do, I'll be here. And if you're not here, that's okay. I forgive. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'm also on Substack. You can read my articles on Substack. It's my publishing newsletter is called Unpretty Thoughts. If you look at the picture that's on this video, it has my logo type thing on there. And that's called Unpretty Thoughts. That's my article, my newsletter. And I'm on there, so you can look it up by Olivia Legend on there, on Substack, to find me. I have videos on TikTok, and TikTok is going away in March of 2026. So I will no longer be doing TikTok after that. So that's over with. Cause I'm not signing up for no government TikTok. I'm not signing up for that. That's too much for me. So bye with that. But anyway, you guys have a great morning. You want to take me on a date? Until next time. Thank you guys. Have a nice day. Bye. Bye, Beat It. Bye, Aisha. Bye, T-Smoke. Bye, Woo Woo.